Welcome back. It's Veterans Day, so we want to highlight the resources available to our servicemen and women for rehabilitating their mental health after trauma. And I'm joined now by the director of the Brain Center, Lou Banis, with more information on the Orthogenesis Project. Welcome, Lou. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service. The bread and butter of what you do concerns red light therapy. So I'd like it if you could start off by explaining what red light therapy is and how it benefits those who try it.
That has become a common term in today's lexicon.
Right.
Everybody's talking about red light therapy. And it started out about 50 years ago in Europe, and a ton of research was being done. And then most of the research started here in the United States at Harvard and University of Austin back around 2002. And tons of research has been done since then. And for years they couldn't figure out what was actually going on, but the geniuses at Harvard said, okay, here's what's going on. There's certain wavelengths of light when directed towards the mitochondria of the cell. There's an enzyme in there which activates, uploads, and it creates a huge amount of cellular energy in the form of water called ATP, and also nitric oxide, both of which increase cellular activity at a tremendous rate. I guess the easy way to explain it is when tissue is damaged, cells are damaged. And if we get the cells healthy, you can get the tissue healthy, and this does so at a tremendous rate.
Okay. Alrighty, so let's talk about the Orthogenesis Project and how you got started with that.
So I was one of the first people to use this on the brain. As a matter of fact, up until 2011, there were tons of publications on how this helps wounds and pain management. But I had a chance to work with some pain management doctors who trusted me to do various things with it, which nobody else was doing. So I understood that this increased blood flow even to the brain after treating somebody for a headache. I said, I never thought we could penetrate the skull with the system, but this system is unique that it can do that. It's a very powerful system, it's very unique. So it penetrates the skull. To fast forward to the Orthogenesis Project, I had a friend who was very depressed. And I said, I've been reading the fact that depression can be the result of lack of blood flow. And he said, I will try anything. I treated him like twice for like 5 minutes. He came in for the third treatment. He says, I'm a new man. I go, you're a new man? That's great. Why are you a new man? He goes, Lou, I no longer have the anxiety. I have a small company here. I couldn't deal with people. In the last 2.5 years, I probably fired 32 people in my small company. I go, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. But you're better now. He goes, yeah, I'm a lot better. Was there a reason for your depression, for your anxiety? He goes, yes. He goes, when I was 9 years old, my 11-year-old brother and I had a babysitter, and she was molesting my older brother. He finally told my mom about it, and like 6 months later, after 6 months later, he told my mother about it. She went over, confronted the babysitter. The babysitter came back to the house, murdered my mother, and got away with it. I said, my God. You really? He goes, yeah. I said, so I said to myself, this is PTSD. So then, since then, I have been treating people and documenting my work with PTSD. Not with just veterans, but everybody who has ever been molested or somehow abused in some way. This includes women and men who have been abused. Certainly the veterans. One of our veterans here today who couldn't make it in because of the snow, unfortunately. She was an Afghanistan veteran doing logistics. And she would get on the phone with guys making deliveries, and they were under attack. And she would help these guys get out of under attack. This happened several times. It was very traumatic for her.
How can our viewers get in touch with you if they think they could benefit from this therapy for themselves?
Well, my website is thebraincenterusa.com, and my phone number is 716-800-7980.
Okay, Lou, well, thank you so much for giving us more information on this and the great work you're doing for our veterans and people suffering with PTSD. Viewers, if you'd like more information on healing from trauma like PTSD and traumatic brain injury, you can visit thebraincenterusa.com. Thanks again for coming in, Lou.
Thank you very much.